name is Wade with Vanquished Adventures, and I ride shotgun with Ron C's Adventures.
Ron C.
Hi, my name is Renee Juice Rider, and I ride shotgun with Ron C's America. Whoop whoop!
Awesome.
Hey, I'm Marshall with Mellow Nomadic Adventures, and I ride shotgun with Ron C's America.
Hey, everybody. Got to adjust everything here. All right, let's see. All right. You are. Oh. I did the Cardinal Sim. Where am I at? Where am I at? I'm in another. Here we go. All right. I do that every time. Y'all know that. Okay, so thank you, Marshall. Great show. Good good covering for Kenny there too. I don't see him in my basement. So like you, I'm hoping he's doing well. And I'm not very good at handling this thing alone. So bear with me through this, and we'll get through it together. I need to figure out how I'm gonna see everybody's comments. Let's see here. All right. So let's welcome some people in the house, the chat. Let me see who was first here. Can y'all hear me all right? Give me a 1 if you can hear me. Okay, good. Okay, so I got a couple of great guests tonight. They're going to talk about what they're doing and what's been going on with them, and I'll bring them up in a minute. Gracie was first in the house. Hey, Gracie and Jock's Adventures. Gracie, good to see you. Gracie is one of those guests, and okay. So I just saw a surprise visitor in the basement. Okay, so we got Jessica Lane Fitzwater is in the house. Hey, Jessica. Robert Mack in Asia was the third in the house. Appreciate that, Robert. Glad you're here. Sandra Robinson, that's a new name. Welcome to the channel, Sandra. Thanks for being here. Whoa, Nelly Adventures. Lucy is in the house. And Brian, maybe, I don't know. Is Brian there, Lucy? Steve from Desert Adventures in Arizona is here. James Cantonese. Daryl, Band City Adventures. Travis and I, Dream on Wheels is in the house. Got a trivia question that you might be interested in. Yeah, I just gave. Anyway. Let's see who else is here. Tracy Ocean Fire 777 is in the house. Johnny's Journey, welcome. Floss, thank you for coming. Cookie, hey, you were at Branson too, weren't you? That's how you knew. Okay, so Amanda, just chilling. Haven't seen you before, Amanda. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for coming. Paper Bag Nomad. Oh my goodness. Thank you for being here. Paper Bag, it's good to see you. Let's see who else. Troy, Camp Maintenance guy is here. Jolly Matilda, new name over here. I saw you over there at Marshall's. Thank you for coming. And let's see who else. I think that's covered it so far. So, okay, Kathleen Klein is in the house. Hey, Kat, thank you for coming. Marshall's in here. Hey, Marshall, great show. Thank you for being here. Let's see who else. What right quick before I get on with the show. I think that's about it. Now, I have a hard time reading the chat, putting things up on the screen. So y'all know how it is. I don't handle these things very good. And but guess who? Guess who's in the house? Kenny.
Howdy, y'all.
How you doing?
Oh, sorry, Marshall. I literally fell asleep, brother.
Well, you got to sleep sometime.
I literally fell asleep, and I literally just woke up.
So let me ask you, Kenny. I'm sure Marshall's good. He handled it very well. And but did you have a surgery recently?
I had gallbladder removal surgery as
Okay.
of 2 weeks ago, this past Thursday.
Uh-huh.
I had it done this past Thursday.
Okay. Okay. Well, tell us what
Uh,
happened. How'd it go?
It went good. They actually I actually caught the early stages of it. I just barely caught the early stages of it because what happened was it I had a really bad sharp pain on the 31st of July, which
Uh-huh.
was on a Sunday. It hit me about 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I told Dad, I said, it feels like something is going to rupture. So
Oh
I
my
said,
goodness.
it's either, so I said, I'm thinking, so, okay, so it's either got to be the appendix or the gallbladder.
Uh-huh.
Because normally, when something inside you feels like it's going to rupture, usually that is the first two organs inside your system that usually go first before anything else.
And
Usually.
you pretty much there was definitely something wrong. So you picked on up on it really quick.
And so I told him that I had the doctor. I said at the ER, I said, could you do a test on both the gallbladder and the appendix? Well, they did a test on the appendix. The ultrasound or the CT scan showed nothing with the appendix.
Uh-huh.
So ultrasound showed that I had inflammation and some infection
Mm-hmm.
in the and had some gallstones in the gallbladder.
Right.
Well, normally, if you've got any infection anywhere in your system, no matter where it's at, normally your white blood cell count is going to go up. Well, see,
Uh-huh.
mine didn't go up.
Uh-huh.
And so the ER doctor, he looked at me and he said, this is one of the strangest cases I've ever had to deal with. And another thing too is most patients with gallbladder issues of any kind, just by the touch, even him himself said, just by the touch of two fingers in your abdomen area where the gallbladder is located,
Right.
you'd be about ready to come off that table.
Yeah.
You'd be about ready to holler, squawk, come off that table. Well, see, I didn't have that pain. And he tried every which way he could to get me to do that. And I'm like, what pain you talking about? Because I mean, it's like the pain like subsided and didn't stick around. So I didn't know. So he had another doctor on call that evening. A surgeon looked at the test results, and that surgeon said, yes, it looks like the gallbladder might need to come out sooner or later. Well, they had me call the next day to schedule for a surgeon for me to do a consultation with a surgeon to do gallbladder surgery. Well, that first surgeon that they wanted me to see was booked all the way up until the 21st. Not the 21st, I'm sorry, the 12th of September, which would have been this month. And I said, if I've got gallstones and infection in there, I sure don't want to wait a whole month before I have to have that removed, I said, can
So
you give me somebody else sooner than that?
Mhm.
And I said, so they got me with one on the 8th, and he did a consultation with me on the 8th of August. And he asked me, he said, I will tell you this. He said, you do have gallstones in there, and you do have inflammation in there, and it's got it's that, and I forget what they call that C word. It deals with anybody, nurses anyway. It deals with medical terms. I know what I'm talking
Yeah, do
about.
we have any nurses that might know what he's referring to there?
It's I think they call it is it concellulitis. That's what it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's something to do with your gallbladder,
Right.
and so yeah.
Okay, so you got it taken care of a couple of weeks ago, and you're on the mend and you're doing good, right?
Yeah, he asked me, he said, what day you want to do it? And I said, whatever day you want to put me on the schedule. And he put me on the schedule for the 18th, and I had it done on the 18th of August.
Well, excellent. It's good to see you. Glad you made it in here with me, because I don't think I could do this without you. There
it is. There's that term. Diane Phoenix has got it.
Diane
there
Phoenix.
You go.
There it is right there. Okay, well, I'm glad you're doing well, Kenny. Are you fully mended by now?
He actually, I saw him for the last time this past Wednesday. He released me. He looked at my incisions. He says, you're healing up beautifully.
Good.
And he went over with me. In actuality, I actually got the final test results of what all they did and everything on paper. And awesome. that gallbladder was actually 6.5 by 3.3 centimeters big. And he said I was just about a hair. If I had waited any more longer, it would have been a little bit more. They wouldn't have been able to do it microscopically.
So your instinct was correct, and you got it taken care of, and we're glad you're doing well. We have a couple of guests tonight, Kenny, so I don't want to hold them much longer. I want to say a few more hellos right quick before I bring them in. Linda Barker, hello. We got JJ. We got Loves Yous in the house. Hey, Loves, good to see you. We got I saw Nate come in earlier. Nate's in the house. Let's see. I say too much, don't I? But I'm stalling until I find them here. C-Double Tommy's in the house. Hey, Tommy. Okay, so we're gonna get on with the show. So tonight we've got two special guests for you. One of them has begun a full-time RV life recently, and the other, she is visiting the other guest who's gonna do some work on her, I believe on her RV, but they'll tell you more about it. And here they come. Welcome, Gracie of Gracie and Jock's Adventures, and Johnny of Johnny's Journeys. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hey, Kenny. Hey, Ron.
Hey, ladies.
Hey, everybody. So it's good to have these ladies here. So what I want to do is I want to start by hearing a little bit from Gracie, and I'm going to start asking trivia questions here in a minute. Did you get the answers, Kenny?
I'm looking here.
Yeah, it's at your email. So Gracie, you're full-time RV life now. So how's it going, and what have you experienced so far?
Well, it's going really well, and I've just been experiencing the beauty of our country. I've been in, of course, leaving Oregon, Idaho, Montana, South Dakota, Wyoming, Missouri, and Missouri. I'm in Missouri right now. But I was in part of the time in Montana, I was with Dream on Wheels and the kids, and then we went to uh, South Dakota, where we
Uh-huh.
went and saw Mount Rushmore, and oh my gosh, that was just fabulous. It was
Yeah,
so
I
awesome.
went there after Oregon 21 and checked that out. And yes, it was
I
incredible.
mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, it was.
Did you drive through the tunnels, the Custer County tunnels? Is that what they're called?
No, I don't remember doing that, but I just remember seeing that and just having to sit in the viewing on the viewing what is it, the viewing stands or whatever it is, where you and I just sat there and just stared for forever. I mean, how in the heck did they do that when they did it?
It's amazing. Did you go down to the bottom and go through the museum?
No, I didn't go through the museum. No.
Oh my gosh, it's just amazing. It just blows me away.
Uh-huh. So, hey Johnny, how you doing?
How's it going?
Good. It's good to have you on the show. Thank you for coming on. So
Thank you.
so what do we what are you going to be doing for Gracie in right here before you're having a small meetup as well, right?
Yeah, I would meet up next weekend
Uh-huh.
on the
Tell us all
9th,
about
10th,
it.
and the 11th.
Go ahead and tell us all about it and what you guys are doing until then.
Awesome. So it's going to be at Fred Rock Glamp Ground in Fredericktown, Missouri. And it's going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And so we're just going to play in the river, hang out, have some games, and have fun.
And you're going to get a chance to do a little renovating on Gracie's RV, right?
She just finished up.
Oh, okay.
We've
So it's
actually-
already done.
Right. And then she also was also
She said, "You got to be done by 9."
I cracked that whip. I sat outside all day. Me and Jacques, we had eyes on her the whole time. I mean, she got 2 cookies and a soda pop for lunch today. That was it.
Uh-huh. Well, you just push, don't you? You just want to get that done now.
I love it. I don't want to share the project out right now because we've done videos on it.
Oh, okay.
But oh my gosh, I love it. I love it.
Okay, well, then we're not going to tell specifics. Well, I was going to talk about that, but I guess that makes sense that you're going to have videos coming out on. It didn't even occur to me. I've been so busy, so I've restarted, back before the pandemic, I was on the road for 8 months permanently, and I didn't have any idea of coming back. But, when that first started and things started things started closing down, it got harder and harder to find, the supplies you needed. Even campgrounds were closing down. Everything seemed to be closing, and it was like the walls closing in on you. And so it got to the point where, I came from actually it was from Montana back to Texas, and I posted up in the Sticks and Bricks apartment, and been in there ever since. Didn't know it was going to last that long, but I just restarted full-time nomadic life in my car. I don't know if you can see my junk in the back seat, but that's the way it is for now. And anyway, so I had to run. I had to stick around here. I had a concert to go to on the 17th. And
tell them what happened at the concert, Ron.
Well, it got rained. Well,
that you've been waiting for so long.
Yeah, this concert was canceled. Was probably one of the first ones in the Dallas area to be canceled at the beginning of the pandemic, and right after. I just pretty much just got the tickets, and it got canceled. And I was a little disappointed, but Live Nation, Ticketmaster, whatever gave a coupon code for credit for the in the amount of the tickets, and I waited a couple of years, well, however long it's been, and I looked one day and they had rescheduled, so they were coming. The same band was coming back. The headliner was coming back, not the opener, but I went ahead and got tickets, and so I finally used that coupon code to get my tickets. Got to the concert, and the concert was Sublime with Rome and Incubus. And I don't know if anybody here knows them bands, but they're alternative rock bands, sort of along the line of what Marshall was saying he likes. But yeah, so I got to the concert, got to see Sublime, and that was awesome. Awesome show. That really helped make up a lot of ground on what happened next. So when Incubus comes on, storms are coming in. You can hear the thunder and you can see the lightning in the distance, and it started just pouring. I mean, it's come a deluge, and it was at a venue that's an amphitheater, so it's partially covered, and I was in the seat section where it's covered, but there's a lot of people, in the back that are, on the grass, on blankets or lawn chairs or whatever, exposed to the open sky. So the venue allowed everybody to come up, because they didn't sell all the tickets for the seating. So everybody got to come up, and we waited around. They came up when the band stopped the show because of the rain. So everybody came up to the front, and we were waiting around. They said they were going to try to get it started again, but they didn't. So halfway through the headliner, the concert ended, and still haven't got to see the whole thing. So that happened. The next night I had to go to Waco after the concert and visit with a new friend down there, and when I was coming
Did you
back,
stop and see Ron Darrell while you were down there?
no, I didn't get to see Ron. I was trying to get out of town. I had that one more thing to do, and I did it right there the day after the concert, and then I was going to go out of town. Well, I was on my way back from Waco. To back to where I was staying while I was waiting for the concert, and a big truck going by me. Anyway, so I'm going along, and I'm out on a back country 2-lane highway between Waco and the town I was going to. And I look over at the side, you know how you just kind of glance around when you're driving or whatever. And I looked over at a sign on the side of the road just for a brief second. And then I looked back, and there were 2 deer in the road. And they were going from the left to the right. And I couldn't go on either side to avoid them. I had to get the gap right in between them. And it happened to widen a little bit because the deer that was in the lead going across the road kept going, but the one that was behind it was in the opposite lane, about to walk over to my lane, but it stopped. So that widened the gap between them, and I tried to shoot that gap because I didn't have nowhere else to go, and I didn't have time to stop. And I caught the hind quarter end of the lead deer, and right on through it. There's Jacques. Hey, Jacques. Jacques, wake up. He's tired. What'd y'all do to him today?
There you go. Oh, there you go.
That kept him busy today, huh?
Well, he's been busy supervising Johnny for 2.5 days.
Oh, I see.
That's a full-time job. That dog's exhausted.
So I shot the gap. I tried to shoot the gap, hoping that the car would clear, but I was either going to hit both deers, or I had to hit one of them, and I hit the lead one in the back end, and that brief little slowdown on impact eventually caused my belts to jump out of line. By the time I got back to where I was staying, throwing the belts on it, and I thought the tensioner pulley that helps tension the belt had torqued out of line, because when I put a new belt on there, I put it on there myself. It just right away. I mean, I didn't even have time to go from the driver's seat after I started the car to look at it under the hood before it started shredding. So I had to get another belt. And then I said, well, I'm not even going to mess with this anymore because that tensioner pulley doesn't look right anyway. I'm going to put it in the shop. So I've had to wait before I could even get started on the road. I had to wait, put the car in the shop. The body damage wasn't too bad. It busted the headlight lens, but not the bulbs. And it really didn't do much body damage to the car. And that's the second deer strike damage. It wasn't nearly as worse as the first one, but it caused them belts to jump. And so I ended up having to put it in the shop. Well, I finally got it out. I'm on the road now. I'm heading east. And these are the things you deal with when I guess I would have dealt with it whether I was going back full time or not, but you end up having these issues at times that you have to deal with on the road. And didn't you have a problem also, Gracie, or go ahead?
I did have a problem.
Yeah.
I did have a problem, and that will be a video as well. And
oh my goodness,
Johnny is so talented and skilled.
Yeah.
She solved that problem as well.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna get on with.
It was kind of a major problem.
It was the worst project I've had to fix.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I was referring to the one that the problem that you or maybe you just had maintenance to do on your RV on the way before you got to Johnny's. Wasn't it in Minnesota, I think? Did you tell me you had to go to the shop or something? Or was that not a big deal?
What did I do in Minnesota?
I think it had something to do with air in the tires.
Oh, I got valve extenders on the dualies in the back. So when I was at Sioux Falls campground, a gentleman across from me, he just started full-time 2 months ago. I was noticing the day before he left camp, he was checking the pressures in his tires and putting air in them. I thought, I should stop by a tire shop. So I stopped at Manly's just from Sioux Falls. It's just right like 7 miles across the border and into Minnesota.
Right.
And I was down about 20% in all the tires. So I had them take it into the shop and put valve extenders on the back dualies. So now that it'll be easier to check the pressure.
Right.
And then, the caps that adhere to the lug nuts that keep your rim in place. They didn't tighten on one tire. They didn't tighten those up very well. And so I noticed when I got to Albert Lea and went to the SPAM museum outside of Albert Lea, my rim was all wonky. And I'm like, well, what the heck? Well, the things weren't on there. So I had to take one off of another tire, put it on there. And then by the time I got to Johnny's, it was off again. So I've got to go to a tire shop tomorrow and get that fixed.
Okay, so and these are the types of issues that you're either going to discover that you didn't think about before you left, or that you think about as you're going, because you run into these little things like the valve stem thing, and that's just the things that you're going to deal with. But have you, besides what you and Johnny or Johnny worked on for you, have you've still been lucky enough to not have any major issues, correct?
Well,
I had to go in the shop.
I did have a major issue. It had to do with some fiberglass coming detached on the side of the cab. It was super rainy in Albert Lea, and as I was driving to Allendale to a Harvest Host, it was super windy, and so it caused the fiberglass to sort of separate from the side of the RV where the hub is. What do you call that?
I don't know.
You know, the dome part of the RV on that side.
Right.
And so I thank God, and everybody harassed me because I've had a bunch of Gorilla Tape at O22, and I gave some away as white elephant prizes because I had
Well,
like
I
4
mean,
rolls.
Travis, Dream on Wheels will tell you all about what's on my car as far as holding it together.
I know, thank God for Gorilla Tape because I had 2 rolls, and
Right.
I pulled into a truck stop, and a guy was able to help me, and I had to buy 2 more smaller rolls. So when I got to Johnny's, I mean, you know, and bless her heart, oh my God, wait till you see the video. She did an amazing job.
Okay, well, that's great. So I've got some
Yay,
trivia questions,
Johnny.
and we're just gonna launch into them. I've got 13 minutes till we end the stream at 9:30. Sorry, Greg. Sorry, Greg couldn't be here. If he can hear us, he had an unstable internet or spotty to no internet. So tonight, but we'll welcome him back next month. Let's see. So we're gonna ask the first. Kenny, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and ask question number 1, and you go ahead and watch for the winner because I'm gonna be putting people up on the screen, chatters up on the screen.
Okay. Who did Johnny feature very recently that did an ambulance conversion?
And we don't have multiple choice,
Oh,
so
shoot,
you
I
just
can't
have to
type there.
guess it.
We don't have multiple choice.
No, I didn't have time to come up with multiple choice
Okay.
answers. So just answer it. And it looks like
Whoa Nelly RV Adventures got
Where
it.
did I type it?
It was
I typed it. I wasn't
Johnny's
even in it.
sister Bobby.
okay. I concur with that. I've got Whoa Nelly also as first, and she's tearing it up. She's really. I think has she answered enough to win by default? It seems like it. Okay, so I'll read the second question, and we'll get that to Lucy. Congratulations, Lucy. That's another one for you. I have to go into another window here, so bear with me. If let's see what I do with them. Oh, well, there they are. So question number 2 on Ron Sees America for trivia with a twist tonight. Where is the next big YouTube creators meetup being held? First one with the answer to that question. Where is the next big YouTube creators meetup being held? And I do mean big. I know Johnny's holding one here this coming weekend.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how big it's going to be. How's that going to be?
I'm sorry. I took a picture.
You expect a lot of guests at that one?
Looks like Rob and Jan Cam Van got question 2.
So is it gonna be? Is it gonna be a pretty a lot of people there, Johnny?
No, they didn't. I did. I'm like 2, 3 above them.
Well, I'm going by the YouTube side on my side here.
Yeah.
It shows that Rob and Jan Cam Van got it.
Yeah.
Let me see here. I have to concur. Let me see. Yes, I got Rob and Jan. I've got Rob and Jan and Gracie right next.
Yeah, but it's different on
the YouTube.
watch on there. Mm-hmm.
I don't think Johnny can hear me.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is M22 in Michigan.
M22 in Michigan. That's correct. We'll get that to Rob and Jan. Okie dokie. So, Johnny, can you hear me?
Is she talking?
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can hear
you.
you.
Yeah, I was asking Johnny how how are you expecting a lot of people at your meetup, or is it a smaller, intimate thing, or what?
No, I mean, like 30, between
Oh,
30 and
okay. Well,
40.
then maybe I'm wrong about the next big one. Maybe it's Johnny's this coming week.
No, it's all right.
And
It's
don't
all
I
right.
feel like an idiot
Yeah.
sitting right next to Johnny, going to Johnny's meetup, and I put Merrill M22.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
Johnny.
didn't.
It's all right.
I
I'm
had.
not sensitive.
I've been so out of my mind with what's going on. With what's going on with my car, and I just haven't been able to keep up with everything. I haven't been even been on any live streams here lately, and I'm sorry about everybody for that. But I'm gonna get back in the swing of things. I'm heading to North Carolina, and I'm gonna settle in for a little bit there while I take care of some family business, and that'll be what I'm part of what I'm doing while I'm there when I'm not doing the other stuff. Is I'm gonna catch up with some video, binge watch some videos. And let me see here. Do we have a question here, Johnny? Oh,
Again, Johnny's a builder's meetup.
I don't know what he's talking about.
oh, okay. Here we go.
Now you know.
Johnny. Okay. So you're gonna have that your meetup is gonna be is it gonna
No,
be no?
no, I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Okay. All right then. So we're gonna go on to question 3. We've got about 8 minutes before we end the show, and so let's go to question 3. I'm gonna ask it. Oh, I asked the last one. It's your turn, Kenny.
Okay. With whom and which channel did Gracie Caravan
Oh,
when she began her full-time RV?
I can't have Dream on Wheels. DOW.
Who was the who or which channel was the Caravan with Gracie when she began her full-time RV life? Okay, Troy, Camp Maintenance Guy. Do you got that, Kenny?
No,
Johnny.
Yeah, that's what it
Oh,
shows.
let me look. Wait a minute. Johnny's got it.
Well,
I'm sorry,
Johnny,
Troy.
Johnny,
Johnny got it up, but she just
Johnny
put
got
the initials, but
Johnny.
that'll work.
Johnny got it first.
Yeah, I missed it because she used the initials, but that's good enough. Dream on Wheels. Dream on Wheels started, and they
Yeah.
came. Y'all pretty much went back to your house from 022, correct, Gracie?
I'm sorry, what?
They pretty much came to your home with you.
Oh, Dream on Wheels? Yeah. Travis
right
and I
after
and the kids,
022.
they were there
Yeah.
for about a week and a half and hung
Mhm.
out. It was a great time. Unai was so helpful,
Mhm.
helping me get my kitchen packed, and she helped me sort through things. We took it to Goodwill. We took stuff to the dump. Yeah, Unai was awesome, great help, and it was fun hanging out with them. And then we hung out in Montana, and then went to Sioux Falls together.
So, and did they? Correct me if I'm wrong, but they broke down after they left your place. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
They went to Washington after they left Portland.
Okay. And they had problems with their RV, and so yeah, it's not easy, and you have to be prepared to deal with these issues that come up, like Dream on Wheels and Travis and Unai did, and their family did with their RV. They were stuck for 12 days at a harvest host. From what I understand, they spent a lot of time together, played some games, and tried to make the best of it. And until an RV service guy could take care of their problem, and they, I guess I've been taking care. You can correct me if I'm wrong there, Travis, but they slowly you know, they got rolling and they've taken care of that as
Oh,
they
the-
go, or they've already got it taken care of. But you know, with
Mm.
the problems that
Mhm.
I've had and the issues that Gracie's had, it's not always an easy lifestyle when you have these kind of issues. So if you're someone that's
Well,
thinking about
and I mean, the thing you have to tell yourself, and at least for me,
Mhm.
is like when the fiberglass came separated. I mean, I was just like, oh my God, you know, what am I doing? I want to go home, but my
Yeah.
home's for sale.
Mhm.
And, you know, it's like, no, 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 you're going to have these issues. And, you know, everything is fixable,
Right.
right?
Yep.
It's just a matter of finding the talented people to
Mhm.
fix your issues.
Yep.
And
Even if you have to
everything
hobble
is
your way there.
fixable. You know, if you're in your house, you know, your water heater goes out, well, you don't panic and say, oh, what am I doing owning the house? You just get it fixed.
Yeah. Yeah. So what in my case, I was extremely lucky that what happened to me happened, because that deer strike could have happened anywhere in this country. But what happened was when it happened that close to where I'm from. So I knew people, and the people I was staying with, the car actually made it the rest of the way to their house, but it was the next day when I actually had left their house and was headed out on the road. The belts came off within 6 miles. So I was able to have the tow truck drop it back at their house so I could figure out what to do about it. And I was lucky in that case because I had, you know, an alternate place to be while I dealt with the problem. And but you know, I don't do well with these particular people for a long amount of time. But I won't go into why. But I was just ready to go, and but I was lucky to have them, and I thank them very much for helping me out. It really isn't them, it's me. I was ready to go, and this happened, and it would have, you know, anybody. But I was just so glad to have them. I was so glad that it happened so close to home. That, you know, I was lucky that way. But if it had happened out on the open road, I don't know what I would have done. But I know this. I know this though. I would have done whatever I needed to do and handled it. You know, it would have been rough. It really would have been rough because it took a week in the shop alone, and so to get it fixed. You know, and you know, I've got gas money, but I don't got a week's worth of hotel money all the time, you know? And
Right.
you know, that's one thing that I might take into consideration. You know, when you go do this, you're really supposed to have a fund for things like that. You should have a backup fund. But yeah, I was just ready to go. And I've got business in North Carolina I need to take care of, and I'll have shelter there. My uncle's there.
Is that Doc
The
Freeman?
house,
Yeah, I don't know.
the
He's-
house
he's from
I'm there to
Michigan.
sell is there until it's not, and so I really got lucky that way. And so yeah, if this is something you think about doing, you have to have a contingency plan for those sorts of things, like what happened to Dream on Wheels and me and other people. You know, it gets tough when you're out there on the road and something breaks. It really does. I mean, they were stuck for 12 days, which isn't as bad, and they were at a harvest host, not at a friend's house. So,
No,
so
Ron, they weren't at a They weren't
Oh.
at a harvest host. They were on top of a mountain at like a Snoqualmie
a
Pass.
ski resort.
A ski
Oh.
resort.
Oh, so
I believe it was like Snoqualmie Pass.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, maybe a harvest host would have been better.
Yeah, they would have had access to water.
I don't know where I got that idea. Yeah, you said we weren't at over. I don't know where I got that idea. I'm sorry about that.
But you know, the thing that Johnny discovered with the situation on Mariposa was when she got to investigating and removing the fiberglass. Well, you can tell him, Johnny.
Mhm.
Oh,
It
it had already been an issue, and somebody like patched it with silicone and had all kinds of silicone in there trying to use that to adhere it. So it had been a problem a long time ago.
Mm. Well,
But it's
and
not going to be a problem anymore. I can guarantee you that.
we're gonna see a video or videos on why it's not going to be a problem anymore, coming from you or Johnny or both. Who's going to release it?
From me, and y'all know how I'm at getting videos. I'm learning. So I think, yeah, I'm going to work on these 2 videos. I'm actually leaving tomorrow to head down to Fred Rock. And so I'm going to be there for about 11 days. So, I stand by. I might be calling you for help on the video.
Right. Okay, we're going to move on to question number 4. This is going to be the final question of tonight. So far, Lucy of Whoa Nelly Adventures has the lead. Johnny just won that round. And so let's see. It's my turn to read the question. So what is the name of the YouTube channel in our community that features live Irish folk music? What is the name of the channel in our community, within our community, that features live folk music? And Gracie has the answer. What do you think, Kenny? Is it Gracie?
Yeah. Gracie,
Yeah.
I didn't put the whole thing.
Yeah, let's see, baby. And it looks like, let's see, trying to figure out where it went here. Kind of jumped on me. Yes,
The whole name. Gracie.
it is Gracie. Yep.
Okay, that went to Gracie. Each one of them got a correct answer, and but do you have a count? What it looks like? Lucy is the winner overall over on Mellow Nomadic, and has won a trivia with a twist tonight, and will get a $20 Amazon card. And congratulations on your win. That's Whoa Nelly Adventures.
I told you I'm going to be the best
Whoa Nelly
auntie ever.
RV Adventures. I'm sorry, Nelly. I mean, Lucy. It's Whoa Nelly RV Adventures. Go over there, check them out. Give them a sub if you hadn't subbed to them already. That brings us to the end of Ron Sees America's segment of First Fridays Live. You ladies have anything else you want to add before we go?
Well, just everybody have a great holiday weekend. Be safe and appreciate the people that you're with, and party on.
All right.
You're going to M22, right, Ron?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was going to answer that. But been asked a couple of times over here in the chat. Yes, I am going to go to M22. So I'm going to North Carolina, and I got family busy. A lot of y'all know that's an ongoing thing for right now for me. I'm going to go there and take care of that. Take care of it as much as I can while I'm there. And if it overruns M22, I am going to break away from that, and I'm going to run up to Michigan. Is that Merrill, Michigan? Is that the name of it?
Yes.
Merrill?
Yes.
That's in Merrill, Michigan. It's kind of like north of central Michigan. So if you're interested in maybe going to that, no, not again, Dream on Wheels. Oh my goodness. Anybody that was there last year knows what that means. Anyway, so yes, I have to go. I'm going to break away, and I'm going to go up there for that. And then if I have to go back, I have to go back. But I'm going to be at M22, and I look forward to seeing many of you there.
Hey, Ron.
Yes.
Ron, do you know what the featured dessert is for M22 this year?
I'm going to guess cake.
More specific.
More specific. A cake served upside down. I don't know what. I'm just guessing.
With what? With what in the cake? What?
You gonna make me say it, aren't you? Pineapple upside down cake. Floss got in on the fun last year. We did have a good time. Nate got in on the fun. Caught him red-handed trying to set me up, and and Dream on Wheels was there. Linda Barker was there. Hope to see you again. Are you going to be there, Linda? Who else is in here that was there? Marshall's going to be there. Me and Marshall, I'm going to actually meet. I'm going to go from North Carolina heading to M21 and going to stop off at Marshall's. And we're going to caravan to Michigan to Merrill. And we did that last year, and it rained hard on us the entire way from Louisville, Kentucky, all the way to Merrill, Michigan. And I hope it doesn't do that again this time, because, you know, it was just really a mess trying to get there last year. We did get there though, and we'll do it again if that's, you know, if it does rain. But everybody that's coming, we're gonna have a great time just like we did last year. I hope the Colemans are there because they got to bring the bar. So, they put on a good pretty much you know, the bar and music and everything last year, and we had a great time and spent some good quality time together and as a group, and that was a lot of fun. So hope to see you guys.
I'd like to compare their bar compared to the bar we had at O22.
Oh man, you know, there's a good one at every meetup that I've been to. We didn't really have that kind of thing at Branson, because we did a wine, what do you call it? Wine tasting tour. But we did do that, and that was a fun time. It's the first time I really did a tour like that. I've stopped in like at one winery, but going from one to the other like we did most of that day was a lot of fun. But yeah, we pretty much have some pretty good bar setups at these meetups, and yeah, O22 was off the hook. So anyway, the rest of you, I want to wish you guys a great holiday weekend. You got 3 days off, hopefully. Go out and enjoy it. If you can get out and the weather's nice, get outside and do something. And we're gonna end this show here. Kenny, you got anything to add?
No, just everybody have a good, safe Labor Day weekend. Enjoy the time with your family. Enjoy your time being off from work. And I hope to see you all Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which I'm planning on going live if nothing happens between now and then.
Okay. And with that, we're going to end it. Let's see. Johnny says, thanks, Lucy. Congratulations, Lucy, for winning this month's trivia with a twist Amazon gift card. We'll do it again next month. I don't know what. Let me check the date for next month's show right quick before we go. That'll be Friday, October 7th. Will be the next First Friday show with Marshall, Greg, and myself, permitting that we have everything we need to do it. Greg did not add that tonight, so we miss him, but we're glad to fill in for him. And so with that, we're going to end the show right here. I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you for coming to Ron Sees America for this segment of First Fridays Live. And with that, we're out. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.